Dante from Peninsula Television Studios, high above beautiful downtown San Carlos, Pacific Bell presents Peninsula Quiz Kids. And now, the host of our show, Brad Friedman.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Peninsula Quiz Kids, the show where intelligence, skill, speed, and collaboration are the tools these kids need to have a chance to win big prizes. And having talked to these kids before the show, I can tell you today we have 6 characters in search of a game show. Let's meet our 2 teams right now. First of all, the Half Moon Bay Cougars. And here is our captain, Dara Hazegi. Dara, you're a sophomore?
Yeah, that's right, Brad.
And I understand you play the flute.
Yeah, you betcha.
How long have you been playing the flute?
I've been playing about 4 years now.
4 years? What are your favorite composers?
Ones which you get the least notes in.
We're setting a tone already, Dara. All right. Let's meet your fellow team members. Roz Claret.
Hi.
Roz, you're a senior, and you're a National Merit semifinalist.
Actually, I'm not. I'm a commended student, which basically means, as I always say, they give me a certificate and I don't get any money.
I'm sorry, but it's an honor anyhow. You also have the distinction of wearing moose pants that you got in Alaska.
This is true. I saw the big black moose on the red flannel and I couldn't resist.
All right, our fashion plate from Half Moon Bay. And now we have also here Christine Jones. Christine, you like to dance?
Yes.
What kind of dance do you do?
I do classical ballet about 7 hours a week.
Wow. And you also have something to do with a cheese head. Would you explain what that means?
Oh, yes. My family's big Green Bay Packer fans, and so when Green Bay beats the Niners, I wear my cheese head to school, which happens quite often.
All right, so I'm sorry you didn't bring it today. You're going to have to rely on just your skill, but also you all should give a big hand of thanks to your coach. Your coaches, Brian Gerber, Dave Riley, and Sue Million. Let's give them a big hand. Let's see, you're going to go up against Menlo Atherton Bears. Captain Jonathan Soon.
Yes.
You play pool and pocket billiards.
Actually, yeah. But
Is there a difference between the two?
billiards has no, pockets, and there's only 3 balls versus I think there are 15 in the regular pool, and there's obviously pockets.
So if you could give me a strategy to win, what would that be?
Hit your balls in the pocket, not your opponent's.
I will remember that. I will remember that. You're a senior. You plan to study computer science,
Yes.
right? Oh, well, good luck to you. And here is Robin Pam. Robin, you're a sophomore.
Yes.
And I understand you have a goldfish named Jaws.
Yeah, we've had him since 5th grade when he was a science experiment.
Was he vicious then, or what made you?
No, he was just a little goldfish, and we called him Jaws.
We're using irony here, right?
Yes.
I understand you love to travel. You hope to be a
Yes.
dessert chef someday.
Yes, I do.
Have you studied the great French cooking? Or?
I wish I had, but hopefully someday.
Well, I wish you luck there, too. And our final contestant is Daniel Barkley. Daniel, you're a freshman.
Yeah.
Freshman on this team of older people. How do you feel about that?
Well, pretty good. The seniors aren't that bright, you know.
And Daniel, what school will you be going to on Monday?
Hopefully I'll be far away by then.
You're right. No, I'm sure they welcome you at MA, especially if you win for your team. So I want to wish you all good luck. I would like to, of course, give a good round of thanks to your coaches, but I have not written that down. So, yes, Bob Hasbrook, your coach from Menlo Atherton. Give a big hand to Bob. And since this may be my last day here, we might as well thank our good judge and friend, Mr. Frank Saboti, who's going to keep us honest here. I'm going to stop talking now and start playing. We're going to start with the lightning round. Let's play the lightning round. Now, you see in front of you a buzzer box. I'm going to ask you a series of questions. Each question is worth 10 points. If you think you know the correct answer, buzz in. The first person to buzz gets a chance at answering the question. If you are correct, you earn 10 points for your team. But if you are incorrect, the other team has a chance to collaborate and steal the 10 points from you. Everybody understand? Good luck. First question. What is the name of the hill on which the U.S. Capitol building sits? Yes, Robin.
Capitol Hill.
Capitol Hill is correct for 10 points. Within 20 degrees, what is the Fahrenheit equivalent of 60 degrees Celsius? The Fahrenheit. Okay, correct answer is 140. Which Titanic star was nominated for the best? Yes, Robin.
Kate Winslet.
Kate Winslet, Best Actress nominee. Poet E.E. Cummings is known for what literary? Yes, Robin.
Oh no, I forgot.
I'm sorry. Well, let's give the other team a chance. Can you, Half Moon Bay Cougars, guess the literary trademark for which poet E.E. Cummings is famous?
Amelia's?
No capitalization. You're the captain.
Your answer?
Ameliazation?
I want to know what that is after the show. I don't know what that is. He may do that. But we're looking for no capital letters, no capitalization at the beginning of his words. All right, let's go on. Name the 2 Major League Baseball teams in Ohio. Yes, Robin.
The Cleveland Indians and the Cincinnati Reds.
That is correct for 10 points. And our score right now is Menlo Atherton 30, Half Moon Bay 0, but we're just starting. What makes the sound in a carillon? What makes a sound in a carillon? The answer is bells. At the end of what decade did breakdancing become popular? Yes, Daniel.
The 50s.
I'm sorry, the 50s is incorrect. Half Moon Bay, you can steal. What decade marked the popularity of breakdancing?
80s.
The 80s.
The 80s is correct for 10 points. Who wrote the 4 novels and 56 short stories about Sherlock Holmes? Yes, Jonathan.
Sir Arthur Conan Doyle.
Sir Arthur Conan Doyle is correct for 10. The Hound of the Baskervilles. He was baseball's Rookie of the Year in 1947, and his name, Daniel?
Jackie Robinson.
Jackie Robinson is right. They may forgive you for that crack, Daniel. This term applies to the natural sciences. What is the practice of relying on observation and experimentation?
The
Yes, Christine.
scientific method.
I'm sorry?
The scientific method.
I'm sorry, we're looking for something else. And Menlo Atherton, can you give us the name of the practice of relying on observation and experimentation?
Induction.
Inductive reasoning.
I'm sorry, the answer here is empiricism. What is 1.77 plus 2.69? They always write on the table here. The answer is 4.46. He surrendered on April 9th, 1865. His name, Dara?
Robert E. Lee.
Robert E. Lee is correct for 10 points. And our score right now, Menlo Atherton 50, Half Moon Bay 20. What is the theatrical term improv short for? Jonathan.
Improvisation.
Improvisation for 10. What is the name of the plant that the medicine menthol is taken? Yes, Jonathan.
Eucalyptus.
No, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Half Moon Bay, can you tell us the plant from which the medicine menthol is taken?
Geranium.
No, I'm sorry, the answer is peppermint. With which war is Harper's Ferry? Yes, Daniel.
Civil War.
The Civil War is correct for 10. What is the 101st odd number? Yes, Dara.
203.
No, I'm sorry, that is incorrect. 201. Menlo Atherton, can you tell us the 101st odd number?
201.
201 is correct for 10. You people never cease to amaze me. In what country was Princess Diana tragically... Yes, Jonathan.
England.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Half Moon Bay, in what country was Princess Diana tragically killed?
That would be France.
That is France for 10 points. And our score is Menlo Atherton 80, Half Moon Bay 30. Who is the coach of the Indiana Pacers? Yes, Robin.
Larry Bird.
Larry Bird is correct for 10. What is the technical literary term for a long poem that recounts the adventures of a great hero? Yes, Robin.
An epic.
An epic. The story of a hero. Who were the winners of this year's New York primary? Yes, Daniel.
George Bush and Al Gore.
George Bush and Al Gore are correct for 10. And that marks the end of our first round. And the score now, Menlo Atherton 110, Half Moon Bay 30. Roz, it looks like there's an awful lot going on at Half Moon Bay High. What is your favorite memory of the last 4 years?
Probably being in the band and running around on campus with our instruments and loudly making a lot of noise when classes are trying to learn.
Good noise, of course.
Yes.
Good. Well, that's wonderful. We're going to start now with the second round, the face-off round, where our two specialists compete against each other for 20 points each question this time. And over here with Menlo Atherton, Daniel is specializing in history, and Roz is specializing in literature for Half Moon Bay. We're going to start with Half Moon Bay because you're trailing right now. I'm going to ask one question back and forth, and just do your very best. Good luck to both of you. Here we go. In the ancient world, which region is considered Western civilization's source of the first theater?
Greece.
Greece is the correct answer for 20 points. Our first history question. He was the author of Rights of Man in 1791 and The Age of Reason in 1794. Who was this famous political philosopher?
Rousseau.
No, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. It's Thomas Paine. We'll go to literature. If you were extremely skillful in your work, could you be described as phlegmatic, adroit, acrimonious, or misanthropic?
Adroit.
Adroit is correct for 20. Within 10 years, what year did Queen Elizabeth II take power?
1953.
It was 1952. Very good. 20 points. Which author created the following characters? Uriah Heep, Mr. Bumble, and Miss Havisham?
Dickens.
Charles Dickens is correct for 20. What country lost most of its empire as a result of Simón Bolívar's exploits?
Spain.
Spain is correct for 20 points. Who created the famous character Dr. Frankenstein?
Shelley.
Mary Shelley is right for 20. Who was the future dictator who led the Beer Hall Revolt in 1923?
Hitler.
Adolf Hitler for 20 points. In The Hunchback of Notre Dame, is Quasimodo a servant, a circus performer, a blacksmith, or a bell ringer?
A bell ringer.
A bell ringer is right for 20. Between which two religions was there a major conflict during Queen Elizabeth I's reign?
Catholics and Protestants.
Judges? No. I'm sorry, that's incorrect. We were looking for the Church of England and the Catholic Church. John F. Kennedy won a Pulitzer Prize for which book?
A history, no. I cannot remember.
I'm sorry, the answer is Profiles in Courage. Within 5 years, how old was Elvis Presley when he died?
42.
42 is absolutely correct. You weren't there, were you? No. Well, that's the end of our second round. We see that Menlo Atherton is at 190. Half Moon Bay is catching up at 130. Jonathan, what is there that's not on that tape that you want to tell us about Menlo Atherton after your 4 years there?
Well, the food service is decent.
So this is the one school in the Bay Area. No, I know. All the schools have wonderful food service. I don't want to get in trouble already. So good. So you had good food in your 4 years there?
Actually, the food service has only improved over the last 2 years, maybe.
And did you guys have anything to do with that, the student body?
No, not really.
Oh, all right. Would you tell me, please, who does have? Never. We're going to go into the collaboration round, the final round. Here's a chance for the teams to work together. And even though I am going to be taking the answers only from the captains, I want you all to collaborate and talk before you give your answer. We are going to start with Half Moon Bay because they are still trailing. You have two choices here. You can go for a 20-point question, which is easier, or a 40-point question, which is more difficult. Strategy is what counts here. You want to try and get more points than the opposing team, obviously, until before the end of the game. So we will begin. Dara, what point value would you like?
Go for the gold. 40.
Go for the gold. Margaret Thatcher was the first female Prime Minister of England. Who was the first woman Prime Minister of Israel? Your answer?
Yvonne Thoreau.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Now, as we did in the first round, we give the other team a chance to collaborate and steal those points.
Yeah, that's okay. Golda Meir.
Golda Meir is correct for 40 points. M.A., it's your turn.
We'll go with a 40.
With a 40-point. Okay. All Gaul is divided into 3 parts. So opens the history of the Gaelic Wars. Who wrote that book?
Julius Caesar.
Wait. Julius Caesar. Is it?
Julius
It is.
Caesar.
Julius Caesar.
Daniel said it's Julius Caesar.
Julius
and he's
Caesar.
right. 40 points. Listen to your scholars. Half Moon Bay.
40.
40. Here we go. How many pieces of wood, each 7/5 inches long, can be cut from a board that is 45 inches long?
And it's how many inches long?
7 inches long, cut from a board that is 45 inches long. Why don't you all talk it over together? And your answer?
6.
6 is correct for 40 points. And our score right now, Menlo Atherton 270 versus Half Moon Bay's 170.
40.
40. Big risk takers. Who sculpted the famous Pietà in the Vatican?
You sure?
Wait, are you sure?
Yeah, I know.
Is it?
Okay.
Wait.
Michelangelo?
Michelangelo is correct for 40 points. Half Moon Bay. 20 or 40?
40.
40. Her research focused on methods of child rearing and roles of women in different cultures. Name this famous anthropologist.
Jane Goodall.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. You can steal Menlo Atherton.
That's right.
Margaret Mead,
Okay. Sure?
I think. Are you sure?
I hope so.
Is it?
Margaret Mead?
Margaret Reed is correct for 40 points. M.A., how many points?
40.
What are the most points that can be added to your bowling score after a spare?
20.
Spare, though.
Maybe it's 10. No, it's 0.
Jonathan.
10.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. You can steal Half Moon Bay. What are the most points that can be added to your bowling score after a spare?
20.
20 is right for 40 points. Question. 20 or 40?
40.
40. Name the hurricane-ravaged county that Miami, Florida is located in. And your answer, Dara?
Jacksonville.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Menlo Atherton.
Dade County.
Okay. All right. Dade County?
Dade County is right for 40 points. And the score right now, M.A. with 390, Half Moon Bay with 210. Jonathan.
20.
20. We're going to coast. What was the nationality of the famous painter Edgar Degas?
Guess that.
You want to guess?
French.
Okay.
Right. French.
French is right for 20 points. Half Moon Bay.
40.
40 points. Which one of these Italian city-states profited most from trade with the Holy Land during the Middle Ages? Was it Florence, Genoa, Milan, or Venice?
I think it's Florence.
I go for Venice.
And you go right. Venice for 40 points. Menlo Atherton.
40.
40 points. Name the artist who painted the psychologically charged painting, The Scream. M.A., your answer.
Van Gogh.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Half Moon Bay, you can steal 40 points. Can you name the artist who painted The Scream?
Manet.
No, I'm sorry. It was Edvard Munch. I hope I said that better than Regis would have said that. Half Moon Bay. 20 or 40?
40.
Which of the following are prime numbers? 17, 27, 51, 59.
17.
Is that your complete answer?
Yes, 17 is a complete answer.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. I'll ask Menlo Atherton. Which of the following are prime numbers? 17, 27, 51, and 59.
17 and 59.
51.
No, it's not. It can be 53.
17 and 59.
17 and 59 are correct. You are halfway. M.A., let me just tell you right now that your score is 450 to Half Moon Bay's 250.
20.
All right. In which century was Mount McKinley first climbed?
Yeah, okay. All right.
Sounds good.
19th century.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Half Moon Bay for 20 points. In which century was Mount McKinley first climbed?
1800s, I'm guessing. That's what I just said.
And your answer?
The 20th.
The 20th in 1913 is correct for 20 points. And Half Moon Bay, it's your turn.
40 points.
40 points. Which chemical element used to be known as brimstone?
You guys are the chemistry guys.
You're the chemistry guy, Dara.
Dara, your answer?
Potash.
No, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Menlo Atherton, you can get the 40 points if you can tell us what chemical element used to be called brimstone.
Calcium. Sulfur. Sounds good.
Sulfur.
Sulfur with that awful smell. 40 points. M.A., your turn.
Let's go with 40.
You go with 40. What world organization will celebrate its 55th anniversary in the year 2000?
The United Nations.
Okay. United Nations.
The United Nations is correct for 40 points. Dara.
40 points.
40 points. Who was the U.S. president when the Berlin airlift saved West Berlin?
Never mind.
Your answer.
Jimmy Carter.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect.
Okay.
M.A.?
Sure, it's not.
Are you sure? Truman.
Yes, that's right. Harry Truman. Don't doubt Daniel. Jonathan, your turn. And I'll tell you right now, 570 for M.A. versus Half Moon Bay's 270. What would you like?
20.
20. In the Disney version, what was the title of the father-in-law of Aladdin?
Oh, no. Oh, the Sultan of... The
Just the
Sultan.
Sultan, right?
The Sultan.
The Sultan.
The Sultan is correct for 20 points. Half Moon Bay.
40.
40. How many yards are there in 1,188 inches?
this have to go down to decimals?
I would like the most complete answer you can give me. So if you feel it needs to, it will. How many yards are there in 1,188 inches? 20. And your answer?
20.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. M.A., can you tell us the answer?
80.
80.
I'm sorry, the right answer is 33. And that signals the end of this round and the end of our game. Half Moon Bay ends with 270 points, but with 590 points, the Menlo Atherton Bears are our winners. Half Moon Bay, you played very well. M.A., you played exceptionally well. You'll be coming back in the future to play another team and hopefully get a chance to win the big trip to Europe. I want to thank you all for coming and watching our game. We look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks so much, folks. From Peninsula Quiz Kids, goodbye.
The grand prize, a trip to London, Paris, and Rome, is provided courtesy of EF Educational Tours of Santa Barbara. The producers of Peninsula Quiz Kids thank the following for their support: Pacific Bell, Independent Newspaper Group, Jamba Juice Peninsula, Century Theaters, Target, Sam Trans, Festive Productions Burlingame, Silver Terrace Nursery, AEIS Ronald Bland, www.channelx.com, and Expression Center for New Media.